Hi, my name's Dee and welcome to Sunchild Tarot and welcome to your annular solar eclipse readings, the eclipse being in Gemini. As ever, there will be a timestamp below so you can shoot ahead to the reading, but hang around for a few minutes so you can listen at least once to my discussion of this eclipse. And also the other reason that I do it is watch your sun, your moon and your rising, especially your rising, just in tarot readings in general. If you know your rising sign, then that's the one you should more often not be watching. There is a link in the description to get yourself a free birth chart. I mean, there's dozens of sites on the web that will do that for you. But just a note about the reading, general reading rules apply. Timing is far from absolute, especially with this eclipse. But I'll discuss that in a few moments. But what you can do is ask a question beforehand. I'm not going to guarantee, but it is a Celtic cross that I'm doing. So it's got a bit of a past and a present. You'll be able to tell if the reading is for you or not. I would say take the whole reading or don't take any of the reading. Either the entire thing resonates as a unit or it doesn't. I mean, if it doesn't, go and watch your sun, go and watch your moon, or any part of your chart for that matter. Now, housekeeping, there is a link down there as well for the Facebook page for this channel. I post these videos here. I sometimes post the astrology weather forecast type videos that I watch, but I've been a bit remiss in that recently. But more importantly, it's got an inbox. So if you want to contact me directly for a personal reading, that's the best way to do it. There's a link tree down there, so you can find my Twitter and you can find my this, that and other. But the Facebook's the best method. So if you're a returning subscriber, thank you very much. If you're new to the channel, welcome. And once you've heard my stuff, feel free to press the subscribe button. You will be welcome. That's it, really. I don't want to go too deeply into this eclipse because I already posted a show Tuesday night that I did with astrologer David Fischer, but that was looking at the strict Hellenistic astrology of this eclipse. There's a few other aspects that I do like to look at. Now, this is at, as you will no doubt know by now, 19 degrees Gemini. Now, the angel of this degree, so not the 5-degree arc, but just this specific degree, is Cahatel. Now, Cahatel is, despite the fact that angels are supposed to be genderless, Cahatel is considered to be a male angel who, for one thing, expels bad spirits. So there's a chance to get rid of more negative energetic influences that are around us. Interestingly, he's also considered to be an angel of reality. Cahatel's gift is to make angels, to make dreams and illusions real, to bring them from something in the mind to something in the real world. He lives in, I mean, this is with the qualification, of course, that it's all in line with the divine plan. He helps assist in the manifestation of divine will on earth. But that's a really interesting point, since in the astrology aspect, then there's a lot of illusions and lies being brought up for attention and hopefully dismissed. Hopefully not necessarily that the truth is seen, but the illusion is seen. That someone can look at something and go, you know what, that's not real. I might not necessarily know what is. You may find that out, but that's not real. That can't be trusted. But in the meantime, there's going to be some dreams, which that's the Neptune in Pisces again, giving us some good stuff as well as bad stuff, that we can start bringing into the 3D reality. Again, is it in accordance with God's will or divine will, however you want to look at it? Cahatel's home is within Keter, the topmost or crown of Sephiroth of the Tree of Life. But he also has connection with Yesod, where he brings things down to the physical plane, hence that manifesting reality. And with the Keter aspect, also the dispelling of bad spirits. Now, I can't remember if I've said this already. I have mixed feelings about this eclipse. The lunar eclipse I thought was lovely. I thought this, yeah, we're going to get rid of stuff. We're going to have a opportunity to do some shadow work and just discard some stuff. And there's pregnant new beginnings, poignant points of learning and stepping off. But the symbols for this degree are a little double-edged. 19 degrees Gemini, for those astrologers that have written about how it manifests in a natal chart, it seems there's an element of unbalance. You can have success, but then it's whipped away from you. Or you can have success and end up in a position of abusing power. So I do think there is that risk of abuse of power going on during this eclipse, but also it will be highly noticeable. So is it the abusing of power, or is it that the abusing of power is obvious and under our eyes? And I would hope to say it's the second, and not too great an abuse of power at that, just for the sake of, I don't know, everybody on the planet. Another level on that, I mean, you've got the symbols, as I said in the astrology show, of the sun representing the leaders, the moon representing the people, and the people here are drowning out the leader by eclipsing the sun. But the inside degree or Chandra symbol, let me bring this up. No, I'm on the wrong page. Bear with me. Let me bring this up. Is a bull stung by a scorpion. Now, before I read the explanation that goes with it, I just want to look at that imagery. The bull has frequently been associated with images of the leader. One of Jupiter's symbols was the bull. The bull was also a symbol of Enlil, if we go all the way back to ancient Sumer. It can represent the emperor, what's in charge, emperor on tarot way. So being stung by a scorpion, well, first thing that springs to mind on that is the story of, what is it, the scorpion and the frog, or the scorpion and the something, where the scorpion rides on the frog's back but still stings him on the way once they're nearly at the other side, because that's his nature. However, there's two symbols with that: being stung by something poisonous that is only acting according to its nature, but the leader being stung, which could be a good thing and could be a bad thing. But interestingly, in Hellenistic philosophy, some astrologers, I found this out from Ksenia Moore, go watch her video, it was superb. The duration of the eclipse indicates how long the eclipse effects will last. This eclipse is lasting for 5 hours. 5 hours. That's 5 years worth of effects coming from now. So you might not feel it immediately. These readings that I do here now today might not even kick in for a week, a month, possibly even a year by the sounds of it. But to be honest, with everything that's going on in the sky, and the fact that I've been assured that we've just passed through the quiet half of the year, astrologically, 2 Saturn-Uranus squares and everything else that's been going on, that's the quiet half. So I think those first initial effects will come reasonably fast, reasonably soon. So let's have a look at this bull stung by a scorpion. The elaborate ritual of putting yourself through life or death crises to determine what you are made of and how far you are willing to go in this life. I'm not sure I want to read any more after that. Right. Choosing from expanded faculties the optimal situations to enact this battle royale. Selecting what is karmically familiar. Variations on old themes involving bondage and freedom. So there you go. There's that whole leader image. When you are trapped, caught, stuck, a furious inner force asserts itself and can reconfigure everything. But it is a high-stakes ritual drama and loaded with real dangers. You must check yourself out in ultimate ways. For there is surging in your blood an impulse towards liberation, which cannot be distorted in any way. An extraordinary journey through radical tests and trials of an initiatory intensity. It's all about guts and stripping away everything but the true inner direction. If you must slay and move through illusions on every front, that is just how it is. Again, this is reflecting the very astrology, because the 19-degree Gemini symbol has got very little to do with, well, the fact, no, I take that back, because Mercury is Cazimi, the sun with the eclipse, and square to Neptune. So there we've got those illusions, dreams, but that Cazimi apparently gives it extra whammy, and the fact that it's at home in Gemini gives it extra whammy. So a lot of things will be visible and coming to the surface. Anyway, carry on with this. You cannot survive any longer on old ways to do it. It is time to welcome the enemy into your very midst and discover that there are no enemies. This reminds me of, at the New Year, Astrology Hub did a panel looking at 2021. And one of the astrologers whose name I absolutely forget said a good symbol to this year is invite the witch to the table. So that's the whole image of, who is it? Sleeping Beauty or Snow White, either way. Sleeping Beauty especially, I suppose. You don't not invite the witch, because you're having a party, you're having a meal, you invite them in. You make them part of the occasion, part of the process, part of the family, part of the tribe, whatever, because when all's said and done, they're another living being here amongst you. So there's certain problems that all of you face, so you might as well all face them together. And I like that, but I struggle with it, especially in such very, very divided times politically. Is there anything else that I wanted to... yeah, the readings that I've actually done, because I filmed some of them already, this bit that you're about to see. They all seem to be about setting something right and addressing issues. So I think that that's another indication that lots of things are going to come to the surface, and this is not going to be easy. But it should not be easy. Now, I'll put a link to the astrology show with David in the description down below. Obviously, while you're here, I would love you to subscribe, because I'm still a baby channel. I'm outgrowing my diapers at the moment, but I am still a baby channel. And thank you to returning subscribers, by the way. Give the video a like, share, subscribe, all that good YouTube stuff. You know the plot. Every single presenter says it. And I think that's all my housekeeping. So let me, rather than waffle more, bring up the cards. Okay, Capricorn, this Gemini eclipse is occurring in your 6th house. Work, health, daily, duty, your day-to-day tasks. It can be called the House of Ill Fortune, if I remember correctly, but that's not what I'm feeling here from these cards at all, so you can be relieved on that one. Although there is immediately a message that jumps out with Sean and Maid from the Mausolea. It's, you don't need the message with this card is you don't need a global stage to be a champion. And it's like, focus on the good that you can do. Focus on the little things. Focus on the stuff around. Now, this seems quite interesting because you are going through a transformation at the moment that you're feeling really quite good about, and also maybe a tad defensive. I don't blame you, because you are needing to protect yourself during this time, but also have the realization that you are about to meet a whole new level of peer. Whereas, you know, I've got the image of is it Bill and Ted, the whole we're not worthy, And that as you go through this, transformation, that people that previously you would have gone, we're not worthy to, are now your equals. And so the revelation is not that your heroes have feet of clay, but it's like, oh my God, I really have reached this level, which is a really positive feeling. And I think it is worth, it's a genuine feeling. Other people are noticing that you are making the effort to go to a new level, a better place, however you want to say it. Now, you've had crystal clarity about the practicalities of your situation. There is guidance that you are opening yourself up for and that you are listening to. And one thing that I get with this Four of Cups especially, which is pretty obvious when you see the symbolism of it, is harnessing the power of the four directions. But the Four of Cups is a card about listening to your guidance and allowing, if you think about the four directions, there's energies that will come in, much like the four elements, each with their specific effect, and sat like this, you would be balancing those energies. That would be your position in this energetic ritual. There's no sense of like the boredom that Four of Cups can give. But I'm also immediately thought about the watchtowers of the directions, and their protective element. If you look at, say, the lesser banishing ritual of the pentagram, when you call in the watchtowers to create your sacred space, you are in the process of creating your own sacred space through or with your transformation. Now, what's blocking you? This is a weird one, because we got justice, strength, and the devil. And of course, I clarify the devil with my demon-possessed tarot. So, and we got justice again with the Three of Pentacles. Is the first way I thought to explain this. I mean, obviously you could say, oh, there's legal trouble. But the rest of these cards seem so very internal that I really want to say that what is standing against you maybe is an element of stubbornness, inflexibility, and the sense of blame. Not that I can actually say what that blame is about yet, because the past here is all about, let's face it, you created this transformation, and the moment life started changing around you and started changing quite rapidly, and this idea just plopped into your head and went, well, if everything else is changing, so will I, because you were bored with what had been going on before. There was no challenge. There was no real sort of, yes, I'm enjoying this. Yes, this is stretching me. Yes, I am growing. It's almost like you felt, I'm not growing. But now we have Seraphine El Cantor, or the Seraph of Song, which indicates a beautifully expressive, creative time coming up for you. Da'at from the Angelarium. Here representing null or emptiness, but that vacuum of Da'at is one of the things that helps hold the tree of life together. And the other way you could read that emptiness, that void, is like the goddess Nyx, that absence of anything, which means it's a space waiting to be filled. So here you have the creative energy ready to go into a void and expand to fill it with whatever you particularly like. But again, don't necessarily aim too big, aim for what's accomplishable. There's, with this blame thing, the only card that really supports it here is Kali with destruction, which is indicating, that it's time to let things go that are in the way. And more importantly as well, the other message of the Kali card is do not give up. Allow, with Pandora, allow curiosity to come in for you to say, oh, what if we do it this way? What if we do it this way? You're Capricorn, you're about making a structure, and that is what you are going to be able to do, which is it's a weird form of wish fulfillment if you want it. Page of Wands, Nine of Cups, more importantly. So there's a weird form of wish fulfillment coming in through your hard work, through your effort. I think you're going to find that correctly applied, your efforts are going to gain greater result, a larger harvest than what you expected. Bear with me a second, one of my candles has just gone out. So let me just re-establish that. Come on, there we go. Oh, shit. Oops. Moving swiftly on. I don't think it hit the tablecloth. Good. Right. So anyway, where was I? There's because what's coming into the future here is what I really like. We've got the Hierophant, the Six of Cups, and the Five of Swords. So I'm seeing that dedicating yourself to use this ability in the correct place, in the correct fashion, like not too large a stage. It doesn't need to be too large a stage. That's what Jeanne the Maid here is saying. But for the right reasons, with the Hierophant, if you think about it, the Magician works more than likely not in secret. It is also a trickster card when all said and done. Whereas the Hierophant is sat there out in the open. And as much as you can say it's a card about tradition, positive or negative, and it's about spirituality and dedicating yourself to spirituality, I'm also led to think about the idea of how the Hierophant is the guardian of the church. He looks after his congregation just as a priest, a vicar, or even a bishop does. He looks after his diocese, looks after his congregation, looks after his church, and is a guardian of that. So there's this wonderful protective urge coming up that's going to make you feel really, really happy, I think. With the Six of Cups here, I'm focusing on the children at the front rather than the pensioners at the back. So it's like new stuff, new happiness, as implied by this Nine of Cups that you have to work with at the bottom. And this Five of Swords, look how cheeky this moon-faced being is, sticking his tongue out, going, yeah, mine now. There's just an end to nonsensical debates and conflicts. But in order to get to that end, there is something that you have been really stubborn about and really affirmed about, that this was wrong and that person will pay. Because, like I say, that maybe it's a legal thing, maybe it's a grudge that you do not have not yet forgiven. Maybe it's the assigning of blame that's going on with this. What's drawing you back? Because Spirit is bringing in some form of commitment that is worthy of a celebration. So you are committing to this new path with the Queen of Swords, which is saying, cut something out. And I think that cutting out is that sense of blame, or that sense of holding responsibility. So you may be asked to work with somebody who, yeah, you don't like them, you don't approve of them after what they did. But remember, that's in the past. It's fine. It might be a balancing act to work with them, but that's okay. Let it go now. Allow the adventure, what Boone here is bringing, allow that adventure to come in. Other people are going to be able to bring you good fortune here to support your efforts. As they gain from your efforts, you gain from theirs. However, they are naturally led to try and defend what is theirs, and that's understandable. But with you taking this almost guardianship role, then that's how you get to get on their side, because they're protecting and you help them do that. Whether you like them or not, the end result is the same. Because I think this is going to appear a little scary. And with King of Swords here and Queen of Swords that Spirit is bringing in, it's almost like, do I really want to step into this role? Why not? Why not? Would you trust anyone else with this role? If you want something doing, do it yourself and all that jazz, you know. Because the world is a very big place and you're only looking after your bit of it. That's the best way I can say it. It's your bit of it. And look at the final outcome cards, all wands. We have Six of Wands, which is a completion of the Six of Wands of how you're feeling. So this transformation is positive, does work for you. You do get to where you want to be. And by the looks of it, the commitment of partnership with somebody or something, certainly the commitment aspect, is realised with a Four of Wands here in the final outcome pile. But interestingly, there is also two Nine of Wands. Now, so for one thing, obviously two different decks. So for one thing, angel number 99, whatever that is, I do not recall. I don't know. But for me, the number 9 very much symbolises, it's like the phoenix. It disappears in numerology, but it's always there. It is a symbol of rebirth. And there is freeing up someone else from their defensiveness. Remember, I was saying someone else as being like, I'm looking after. I think you might be helping them feel a little bit more secure. And yeah, you may worry about what you unleash, but that's their lookout. I think that it is well worth calming down tensions with this. And if this is a symbol of an enemy, as I often think with this particular Nine of Wands, that it is, they are, by your efforts, kept away from the source of power that you really don't want them to have, because basically you've got it. By taking this guardianship role, by taking this stewardship, custodianship, I think is another way of looking at it. So all in all, this is a really, really positive, going to a new creative time, as long as you allow yourself the freedom to do so. So another way I think I would like to put it with these Justice cards and moving on to the Hierophant is, don't be bound by the rules, make new rules. Because you have to make new rules because you have been going through this transformation, something that you've decided to do. And you should let your curiosity be unfettered, because that way brings happiness. It brings an end to conflicts. These are the bottom of the decks. And after all, you've been doing the work. But also it's time to come out of that being alone time. Now it's time to start working with others, as these Four of Wands are implying. That's everything that I see there, but this is promising to be a wonderfully creative adventure coming for you. I'm going to call the reading a weird form of wish fulfillment, because, like I say, 10 of Cups on the bottom of the clarification deck and 9 of Cups that you have got to work with. So the fact there's that 9 to the 10 as well indicates to me that what you may wish for on a Wednesday is not what you'll wish for on the Thursday, and that's okay. It needs to be in that dynamic state. That is how you construct those new rules. Yep, that's everything that I can see there, Capricorn. So if this does mean anything to you already, comment down below. It's always good to know that these readings get to the ears of the people that they're intended for, and that I'm not just sat talking to my laptop. Obviously, like, share, subscribe, all that good YouTube stuff. And yeah, stay tuned. Best of luck, Capricorn. This is great. This is really good. I'm really pleased for you, because some of the readings have been for this eclipse have been a little bit more challenging. This is lovely. This is really, really lovely, if you allow it to be. Cheers.